If you have talent and passion for photography and you've actually thought about pursuing a photography business to generate some extra income and possibly make it like your full-time source of income, this video will give you some organized step-by-step strategies on how to go about it. My name is Rosanna and I write for efficiencyandorganization.com. It's a website that I created where I talk about how you can have a lot more stuff done, achieve more in life if you have organization and efficiency in every aspect of life. Did you know there's like a wide range of photography that you could choose from? You could do landscape photography, nature, pets, aerial, architecture, real estate. There's like a lot of different fields within the field of photography that you can choose from. It could be hard to make money in photography, so the ones that are most in demand right now are social media photography, family portraits, event photography like weddings and baptisms, fashion, and corporate. On efficiencyandorganization.com, I have an article and I will share the link for the article related to this video at the bottom in the description. On there, I have some really good facts and data. I have an infographic you can take a look at if you want to know more, because whenever you go into any kind of an industry, any kind of a business that you want to start, you want to do your part, you want to research, right? And so if you look at it, you'll see some of the statistical information shared on there. So let's talk about some of the step-by-step strategies that you would probably want to think about employing if you do want to start a photography business. Step 1, think about whether you want to use a physical calendar or a computerized calendar, kind of like Outlook, because besides your computer equipment and your camera equipment, this is going to be like the next most important thing that you want to have, a calendar. The reason why you want to have a calendar is because the rest of the steps are all going to involve calendaring. So step 2, take 1 hour each day for the next 30 days to research your market, because depending on where you live, the needs of the people that you're serving are going to be different. So in a 50-mile radius, kind of see what kind of photography is in demand. What are people asking for? So if you live in an urban area where there's lots of corporations, lots of businesses, well, you know what? Maybe they would want you to take photos of, like, let's say there's a lot of restaurants and they want pictures of their foods and their beverages for advertising reasons. That could be a market. Whereas let's say you live in a desert area, that's not going to be it. Maybe for like the deserts, they want more tourism, especially like how do they attract more visitors in the winter months to come to the desert. And so for them, it's probably going to be more landscape photography that they would be looking for. So you want a calendar time, 1 hour each day for 30 days to be able to go and see what the market is saying, what the market research is showing, just by researching on Google. Step 3 involves writing a business plan, and it's actually not hard to do if you could just follow some formats after you Google. So you have to take a little bit of time and come up with your very own business plan, and you can just look up and see what's out there, what like the main headlines are, just so you can fill them in. Step 4 involves licensing. So for example, for efficiency and organization, it's a website, but because it's a business, I actually had to go to not only the city to tell the city that I'm going to have a home-based business and let them give me a license, but I also had to go to my county, and the county had to give me a license as well to be able to operate. And then I had to take that to a bank to make sure that they allow me to open a business account. So you have to kind of see how to go about that. You can use your name for the photography, or you could do a doing business as, but it's really quick and simple. Just kind of research photography business in my county and see what the requirements are. And this is something you want to write in your calendar to do maybe within the first 3 months, 3 to 6 months. Fifth idea or strategy is to talk to your tax person, your tax preparer, because he will probably tell you the difference between being a sole proprietor, being an LLC, being a corporation. Don't think that you have to become incorporated. I've had my first small business since 2003 and I have not once incorporated. There's no need. But you can ask your tax professional, whoever prepares your taxes, and I bet they could give you some ideas, or you can even research them yourself. Step 6. Go to a local bank to find out how you can open a business account, because that's an important thing. See, you do not want to have your personal stuff mixed in with your business stuff. So I know that it costs money to start a business. In fact, back in 2003 when I started, I had no money at all. I had to go to a credit union and apply for a small business loan. You can do that. They're SBA loans. You can apply as well. I remember I got one for $15,000 and it was just enough to get me started. It was great. But let's say you say, you know what, I have $2,000, $3,000 put aside that I want to use for the business. Great. Start an account first, a business account, put the money there, and then use that money for your business expenses, because you do not want to commingle the personal funds with the business funds, because then when you do taxes, it just becomes a mess and it opens the door for an audit. So you want to keep them separate. Step 7, if operating out of the home, figure out where you're going to store the equipment and what room you're going to use for your work area. Think about whether or not you need an alarm system, whether or not you need to add a special rider to your property insurance policy, because if it's a home-based business, most likely you do need to get some professional liability or general liability, some kind of insurance going. And so that's something you need to look at. An alarm system. I mean, I know that if you have a lot of equipment, camera equipment, recording equipment, whatever it is you're going to use in the line of work, if that stuff is going to cost money, you have to make sure that you let your insurance company know. Even if you're renting, if you have a rental policy, you start a rental policy and include it. It'll help, because in case of any kind of theft or water damage or even a fire, you'll be covered for those losses. If you visit efficiencyandorganization.com, you'll see the article, and I'll have the link specifically for the article that I wrote on there, because I was only able to share about 7 of the strategies and ideas with you, but there are more. And so if you go on there, you'll see all the other ones that I put, and they're all going to help you succeed in the business. Some of them have to do with marketing, which is huge, right? Getting clients is like going to be the biggest part of the business. And so I have some ideas and strategies on how to do it with an organized way, in a systematic way, that I share right on there. When you do visit the website, if you could subscribe there, that'd be great, because once a month I'll send you a resource guide to give you more ideas on how to succeed, not just in the business, but also in any career, in your education, in your personal life, personal finances. I share all kinds of information that has to do with doing things systematically, how to be better at time management, organized and efficient. I appreciate you being with me, and I will catch you in the next